Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Jess here, giving you this week's goods and bads in the pro wrestling world. Of course, it was an odd week this one. We have had the build up for Elimination Chamber, the WWE pay-per-view, which personally I completely forgot about. I don't know about everybody else, but kind of forgot it was coming up. Hasn't been much hype on it, but it's only just building up now. So starting with Raw, of course, do you know what? Raw wasn't bad this week. I was actually quite impressed. We have a few good things going on. Let's start with just discussing the Drew McIntyre and the Brock Lesnar situation. Drew McIntyre is looking so incredibly strong at the minute. He is showing Brock what he has got, and he is going to show Brock at WrestleMania what he's bringing to the table. I'm hoping he leaves WrestleMania with the title. Who knows? This is WWE we are talking about, and we know how much they love Brock Lesnar. So, of course, we saw this absolute chaos between Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre. I think Brock was even surprised. I think everyone else was surprised. But yeah, Drew McIntyre, Claymore kicks, he was looking incredibly strong, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he does going into WrestleMania. Yeah, he's just been absolutely killing it the past few weeks. Really, really good for him. And, Brock's probably not going to like looking weak, but it's got to happen sometimes. Moving on to another thing which was great. WWE announced that Beth Phoenix was coming back to Raw to talk to Randy Orton about the altercation with her husband Edge. So, as we saw, we had a little bit of a face-off between Randy Orton and Beth Phoenix, which for me is absolutely amazing because I love both of them. And then Randy Orton RKO's her. It was just insane. Everyone went nuts. Everyone was going crazy. And now, following on from that, we do have Edge coming back to Raw next week to discuss what the hell is going on. It was great to see Beth though. I really do miss her, and I really do hope she comes back in the ring. It's great to see her on commentary, but yeah, this was really great between these two this week, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, we actually had a really good match between Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. Now, as we've seen, Shayna Baszler has been doing her bit week in and week out at the minute on the main roster. Haven't seen her much on NXT because of, obviously, the build-up to Elimination Chamber. Who's going to win? We all know it's going to be Shayna Baszler going against Becky at WrestleMania. If things do change and this doesn't happen, I will be so shocked. But we shall see what happens. So, great match between these two. They're both incredible, incredible athletes. And of course, Shayna did defeat Kairi Sane. It was bound to happen. They're trying to make Shayna look as strong as possible, and I completely understand. Moving on to AEW. This was, another good week for AEW. There wasn't, personally for me, there were some good matches this week, but there wasn't anything that really, really stood out. It was mainly the promos for me that stood out and were probably on my good list. So obviously, Jon Moxley absolutely killed it at Revolution pay-per-view, and he, of course, is so good on the mic, and he killed it with his promo this week. What's next for him? What's next for his championship? Who knows? But he's someone else that's looking really, really strong, and he is absolutely dominating it on the AEW roster at the minute. So yeah, we shall see what happens with him. And of course, if you did watch AEW, you did see we had a real cool guy on there. We had Jake the Snake, and that was just, I literally opened my eyes the following day and I just looked on Twitter and I couldn't really believe it. But awesome. Him and Cody in the ring together. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen, not sure what he's going to bring out, but something is coming and something's really exciting. And also, if you've seen on Twitter the last few days, last week actually, we have seen that there's a lot of rumours that Matt Hardy will be coming to AEW. Not sure what's going to happen with there. Is he going to have something to do with Jake the Snake? Who knows, but hopefully it's going to be huge, and I'm really excited. But AEW, was good this week. Obviously, it's a shame no matches were outstanding to me, but usually I can't complain. I can't complain about it this week. And obviously we saw a women's match as well, which was good. But they still need to work on that roster that I can't stop talking about because they need to improve. Anyway, moving on to NXT. I won't lie to you, NXT the last couple of weeks I have really struggled to get involved with. I don't know why, I'm not really sure. There's been a few bits that aren't really standing out for me that much and it is such a shame. But yeah, but we did actually see a good steel cage match between Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. There's been a feud going on for a little while now since War Games, and do you know what? I'm still enjoying it. I'm still quite hooked on it. I'm probably more hooked on that at the minute than most of the other feuds they've got on the NXT program. So yeah, these two are constantly going at it at the minute. Not really sure what's going to happen. Yes, Tegan and Dakota Kai's match was really actually good, and you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Will they ever be friends again? We don't know. But moving on, and obviously we have seen the return of Velveteen Dream, which is someone everybody wanted to return, and I think everyone's been excited about it. But for me at the minute, I'm kind of in two minds about it. I'm happy he's back, but at the same time I'm still a bit unsure on what they're going to do for him. He is someone that I want to have the push to the main roster, as I feel like there's a lot of people on the main roster he would have really good feuds with. At the minute, obviously, it's him and Roderick Strong. I completely get why there's a feud, and you know, these two are both really good competitors, so having a match together, of course, is going to be good. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Dream, and hopefully he gets that push that he deserves. Of course, unfortunately, there is a bad side to NXT this week, and I'm just getting a little bit confused about what is going on. So, of course, we had a match to determine the #1 contender to go into the takeover match. I'm talking about the women's match. So we had Shotzi versus Chelsea Green. I've mentioned a few weeks now that I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with Chelsea Green. I like her, I'm a fan of her, but I'm not really sure if she's ready for all that. I think that she needs more time, or there are some other girls that do kind of deserve, but you know, they are ready for more of that big step. Not sure if Chelsea Green's there yet, but we shall see. But yeah, that's kind of my downfall. I wasn't really happy that I wasn't ready for her to win that, and you know, I think someone else probably should have got that spot, but we shall see what happens at TakeOver. Moving on to Friday Night Smackdown. Interesting for me, this one. I think I say this every week about Smackdown. Starting with, of course, the Firefly Funhouse. This guy, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, kills it every single time we see this come up. He is just incredible. His character is great. Doesn't matter if he's The Fiend or he's Bray Wyatt in the Funhouse. Absolutely love him. Do you know what? Sometimes I do kind of prefer the other side of him rather than The Fiend. I'm not going to lie. I do just love the crazy side. It's absolutely brilliant. And of course, this week he had John Cena up on his wall. Last week we saw that him and John Cena will be going against each other at WrestleMania, which is incredible for me, and I'm really, really excited about it. But yeah, of course, he brings another good promo and he kills it every time. It's why I love watching SmackDown, and I just love Bray Wyatt, and I love what he does. We also had a gauntlet match, a tag team gauntlet match. So we had Ziggler and Rude, of course, in there. Heavy Machinery, Miz and Morrison. We had the Usos, the Lucha House Party, and the New Day. Funny enough, Ziggler and Rude actually won. Not really sure what's going on there. They're probably the least deserving out of everyone that's there. Not really. It was a good match. I'll give it that. It was a really good match. That's probably why it's not in my bad points this week, because it was a really good match. And there are some great tag teams on that roster. And it does show in, you know, when they do these gauntlet matches and they do these tag matches, they show how good they really are. But yeah, Ziggler and Rude, I'm not really the biggest fan on them being together. You know, every single one of them other tag teams have been together a long time and they are, you know, destined to be tag teams. And unfortunately, Ziggler and Rude are not. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. We shall see. But we do have something else. Obviously, my bad point for Smackdown this week. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with Sheamus. We saw another match with Sheamus and Apollo Crews, and it's just not great. So he's, you know, Sheamus, I watched the bump with him a little while ago on it, and he was saying how much he's won stuff, and you know, when he was there before, he was incredible in the ring. He won every championship. He was amazing. Now he's back. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with him. They're putting him in matches with people, and it's just not coming across great. And it's just an automatic squash. That, you know, it's good to show that he's a strong he's a strong guy, and he's strong in the ring. But it's not good. He needs something more than that. And at the minute, it's just not doing it for me. And I don't know what they're expecting to do with him next. Bit of a shame, but we shall see what happens. But that is it for today's video. I've spoken a lot and I've run through that very, very quick. So make sure you like and subscribe the video. Make sure you check out my socials. Watches Jess on Twitter and Jess Watches Wrestling on YouTube. And obviously like and subscribe to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And I shall see you next week and we shall discuss Elimination Chamber and what's happened over the week. See you soon.